Hi everyone, I'm Zoe. Welcome. Today I'm going to be guiding you through a lovely short and sharp neck releasing and upper back releasing flow. We're going to make use of our block today. If you don't have a block, don't worry. You can always use a couple of books, maybe even pop a pillow on top of the block just to make it a little bit softer. And we're going to start in our Sphinx posture. So coming to lie on our fronts, just dropping the hip points down towards the earth, followed by the chest. And as you arrive here, just sliding the forearms out ahead of you, so the elbows are roughly stacked underneath the shoulders. Spreading the fingers nice and wide here, just so that you can find a nice lifting through the chest, so there is a bit of activation happening here. Think about rolling the shoulders back and down the spine, softening the lower points of the shoulder blades back in and down. And finding a gentle engagement into the lower back, maybe into the glutes as you start to come to this space today. Thinking about sending the tops of the thighs, the tops of the feet down towards the earth. And finding as much separation as you need between the legs. They can be as wide as the mat if that feels good. And fluttering the eyes closed, let's take a deep inhale. And a steady exhale. 2 more breaths, inhale. Lifting up and out of the forearms, lifting the chin. And exhale, finding softness for 1 more. Now releasing, exhale. Nice, everyone. Okay, flutter the eyes open. Just find your block. We're going to bring our block onto maybe the higher setting and just placing it underneath the forehead or in between the brows. Start to lower the head all the way down. And we want to keep that activation of the arms. So keep drawing them back and down, almost thinking about pulling the elbows towards the lower ribs. And from here, resting the forehead and finding some space into the sides of the neck, maybe into the back of the neck and into the space between the shoulder blades, wherever it is that you're feeling this one. Deepening the breath. And you can always adjust the height of your block or your books. Let's take 2 more breaths. And exhale. Final one. Slowly release, lifting the forehead away from the block. You can pop it to one side for now. And then start to lower yourself all the way down towards your mat. Take your fingertips out towards the side, just a little bit wider than the mat and a bit further ahead so you can just see your fingers in your peripheral vision. And as you start to inhale, wrap the elbows in towards each other, lengthen through the arms. And as you exhale, start to drop the left shoulder in between the midline space. Gaze towards the right. Inhale, come back through center. Exhale, drop right shoulder, gaze towards left hand. Nice, flow with the breath. Let's go for 1 more each side. Inhale, length. Exhale, shoulder drops, rotate the neck. Through center, inhale, wrap the elbows in. And exhale, right shoulder center. Turn your gaze. Nice, everyone. Coming through center again on an inhale. Exhale, release yourself all the way down towards the earth. We're going to cactus our right arm, so a 90-degree angle at the elbow, and start to drop the hand down. Keep the fingertips of the left hand here. You can draw them a little bit closer to the ribs. Start to inhale, draw the left heel up towards the left butt cheek, and exhale, start to rock onto that right hip so that you can start to open and lift the left hip away from the earth. Finding a nice stretch into the pectoral muscles here. And you can gently press into that left hand and lift the gaze just to intensify that stretch. Let's breathe here. Exhale, engaging through the glute to open through the left hip flexor as well. Exhale, let's hold for 1 more. Beautiful, everyone, releasing back through center. Let's bring the fingertips out towards the side. We're going to find 1 more lengthening cobra. Take an inhale. And exhale to release. Nice. Let's take that to the other side. So cactusing through the left elbow this time, spread the fingers. Bring the right fingertips a little bit closer to your right ribs and peel the right foot away from the earth as you start to step it over. The right hip releases away from the ground. Breathing for 3 breaths. Exhale. So even though we're working into the back today, Often if we're having any pain into our trapezius, into our neck, it can often be a sign of tight pectorals as well. So we're going to focus all around this area today. Take one more breath and release center, exhale. Fingertips wide, take an inhale, find your long cobra and release through center, exhale. Okay, press into the hands, take the knees wide. We're going to find a child's pose. Sit the sit bones back towards the heels. Take a full breath here, inhale and exhale. Walk the hands up towards the body. I'm going to find a comfortable seat here, so I'm just going to close my thighs together and sit with my knees connecting. If you want, you can take a cross-legged seat if that feels a little bit better for you. As you inhale, we're going to reach the arms up through center, and exhale, drop the right hand, and we're going to bring the left hand just towards our right ear. Press the right hand away, and start to exhale, gently apply some pressure onto the right ear so you can drop left ear to left shoulder. Find a nice stretch through the side of the neck here. Gosh, I feel this into my forearm, into my neck, into my shoulders, all over the place. Okay, take a full breath, take an inhale. Now listen carefully here. As you exhale, you're going to start to bring your fingertips to point towards your right butt cheek, and you're going to drop your right ear towards your right shoulder. Okay, repeating that one again. Start to flex the wrist, send the fingertips away as the left ear drops towards the left shoulder. And I've just dropped my left hand down towards the floor here for some stability. Let's go for a few more here. As you inhale, fingertips draw towards the right hip, right shoulder, right ear. 2 more, inhale, flex, and left ear, left shoulder. Inhale, center. Right ear, right shoulder, fingers towards the hips. Nice, everyone. Take an inhale. Let's come through center, find a nice big stretch. And as you exhale, drop the left hand. Allow it to just float in space for now. Right hand is going to come to the top of the left ear. As you inhale, gently apply some pressure onto the head. Right ear draws towards right shoulder. And you can start to find that flexion through the wrist on this side already if that feels good. So we're just flossing through the nerve of our arm here. So it might be something you're familiar with. I often find that this one really helps to release that extra tension into my neck. Okay, let's find that flossing. Release the right hand down towards the floor to fingertips. As you inhale, flex the wrist, right ear, right shoulder. As you exhale, fingertips towards the left hip, left ear to left shoulder. Inhale, take it back the other way. Exhale as you arrive. 3 more like this. Inhale. Does take some coordination, this one. And exhale, right ear, right shoulder, flex the wrist. Let's go for 1 more. Inhale. And exhale. Beautiful, everyone. Through center, we find a nice big stretch. Inhale. And rolling into your tabletop as we exhale. From here, start to lift your right arm to the sky. Take an inhale, broaden through your chest. As you exhale, threading it underneath the left arm, and drop down to your right shoulder. You can keep it here, or you can start to release the left hand up towards the sky. Take an inhale. So from here, start to press into that right shoulder and draw the left shoulder back and down the spine. So you're really creating as much space into the left side neck as you can. And if you want to take a bind here, you can. If there's no discomfort, maybe finding that right thigh. 1 more breath. And exhale. Back through center on an inhale. Drop the left hand. Find a nice derotation right hand to the sky on an inhale. And exhale to tabletop. Other side, left hand high. Inhale, lift your gaze. And exhale, threading it underneath the right. Drop down to the left. Holding here or finding your variation. So trying not to let the shoulders shrug towards and collapse towards the ears here. We're pressing into that lower shoulder, rolling right shoulder away from us. And that might just create the engagement we need to start to lift the right arm towards the sky. Keep drawing in through the lower belly. Uddiyana Bandha engages here and pressing into the back of the left palm. Breathing for 1. And exhale. Right hand towards the top of the mat. Derotation, left hand high. Take an inhale. And exhale. Find your downward facing dog. Lift the hips, pedal through the feet. We're just focusing on releasing the crown of the head, sending the gaze towards the knees so that there's a long length into the back of the neck here. And I want you to think about bending into the elbows here, wrapping the triceps towards one another. There might be a soft bend into the arms, and then lengthening the arms from here to engage the back so that we're not holding all this tension into our neck whilst we're here. Let's take one more breath. Inhale. Let it go. Exhale. Okay, lifting your heels, send your gaze forward. Take as many steps to arrive at the top of your mat as possible. Take a halfway lift. You can keep the knees soft, gaze forward, and forward fold, ragdoll, exhale. Let's bring an interlace of our hands and cup it towards the back of our skull. And you can either just apply some gentle pressure here. So you're drawing the elbows towards the knees, finding flexion into the spine, and a nice round curve into the back of the neck. And you can pulse through this here as you inhale, open the elbows, lift the chest. And exhale to round, close the elbows towards one another. Find that nice stretch. 2 more like this. Inhale, lift and lengthen, elbows wing out to the side. And exhale to round and close. Let's go for 1 more. And exhale to release. Keeping the clasp as it is, we're going to slowly stack up vertebra by vertebra. Keep drawing the elbows towards one another. Breathing, take an inhale as you rise to stand, and exhale. Next, inhale, start to open the elbows, lift the heart, send the hips forward, lift your gaze. And exhale, come back through center, release the arms by your side, Samastitihi. Okay, let's take chair pose, everyone. Just heel toe the feet a bit closer. Take an inhale, sit the sit bones back, lift through the arms, and you're going to bring your left leg in towards your chest and cross it over the right. Find your Utkatasana chair. You can cross the leg once, maybe twice, and then we're going to bring the right arm underneath the left and start to lift the fingertips up towards the sky. So here I want you to think about pressing the forearms forward, finding that nice rounding sensation into the back. Otherwise, you're going to take a hold of the shoulders here, if that feels better, if it's a bit restricted into the shoulders from here. Take a full breath. Inhale, lift the fingers, and exhale, think about drawing the elbows down towards the knees. Let's pulse here for 3 more. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, round and fold. Lift and lengthen. Inhale. And exhale. 1 more, inhale. 1 more, exhale. Okay, undo the arms, take an inhale, hands to prayer. Find your warrior 3 just for a moment to prepare. And exhale, softly bend into the standing leg, drop through the left toes. As you inhale, find your high lunge. And as you exhale, cactus arm and back bend. We're going to hold it here. So you can either be here, you can always drop down to the left knee if that feels better. But think about drawing the space between the shoulder blades together, rolling the shoulders back and down, broadening through the chest and opening up through the heart. And then you want to send the weight into that front leg, send the left hip forward and engage through the left glute. Taking 1 more breath. And exhale. Come through your high lunge on an inhale, release the arms, and step it back to your warrior 2, adjusting the feet as you need. Exhale. Take an interlace behind the back, send the knuckles down towards the floor, lift the heart, and as you exhale, humble warrior, bringing the right shoulder inside the right knee, and allowing the head to relax down towards the earth. One more breath, strong into the legs, lifting up through the fist. And exhale, frame the foot with the hands. Drop down towards the left knee on an inhale, find your low lunge. And as you exhale, send the hips back, find your Ardha Hanumanasana, fold, exhale. Okay, from here, replant the right foot. We're going to find this 90-degree angle with our legs here. So just stepping that right foot in a little bit closer. Take an inhale, lift the arms alongside the ears. And as you exhale, find the interlace of the hands again. Place them behind the bottom of the head. And take a full breath here to open through the chest. Open the elbows again. And exhale to round and close. Keep sending the left hip forward here. Let's go for 2 more. Inhale. Engage the left glute to stabilize the bottom leg. Round and close, exhale. Let's go for 1 more. And I really like to think about drawing those elbows as close towards my hips as possible. And I really find a nice release all into my hip flexor as well. After all, everything is connected, so we've got to work on a few other things as well. Taking an inhale, lift the arms alongside the ears. And as you exhale, frame the foot. Step it back either through a chaturanga if you like, or meet us in downward facing dog. Up dogs is your inhale. Down dog is your exhale. Take a full breath here. Exhale. Lift the heels, step all the way to the top of your mat. Halfway lift, inhale. Forward fold is your exhale. Take an interlace behind your back now. You can be soft into the knees. Lift the fist up towards the sky, broaden the chest. Fold forward, exhale. So here, maybe thinking about starting to lengthen through the legs. It doesn't matter if they aren't completely straight, but just finding a slightly more active variation than your ragdoll. 1 more breath. Release the arms alongside the legs. Exhale. Let's bring our interlace behind the head. Close the elbows. Start to roll up through the spine on an inhale. And exhale to arrive. Take a full inhale. Open the elbows. Lift the heart. Send the hips forward. And exhale, coming back through center. Samastitihi. Okay, chair pose, Utkatasana, heel toe the feet together. Lift through the arms. Draw the right knee in towards the chest this time. Cross it over the leg, eagle legs. Left arm wraps underneath the right, or you can find the shoulder bind if that feels better. Find a full breath, inhale. Exhale. Lift and lengthen, inhale, send the fingertips high. And exhale to round and fold. Let's go for 3 pulsations. Keep sending the forearms forward. Round and fold, exhale. Here for 2, keep the bend into the standing knee. Round and fold, exhale, pressing into the big toe, the pinky, the back of the heel. Final 1. And exhale. Release the arms on an inhale. Find your warrior 3, the right leg goes back. Exhale. Drop the right toes down towards the floor. Let's find a high lunge on an inhale. Adjust the feet as you need. As you exhale, cactus the arms and lower the back leg. So finding that nice spaciousness into the right hip here. Really focusing on opening up through the front body here, drawing the shoulder blades together. Length into the back of the neck for 2. You can always drop to the right knee. For 1. And exhale. Beautiful, everyone. Find a high lunge on an inhale. And find your warrior 2. Exhale, bending into the left knee. Interlace behind the back. Lift the heart. And humble warrior inside the left thigh. Exhale. So here we want to find that connection between the left knee and the left shoulder. So as the left knee draws in towards the midline of the body, the shoulder is just going to apply a bit of pressure to make that leg work a little bit harder. Keep lifting your fist up towards the sky as the neck remains soft for 1. And exhale. Okay, framing the left foot. Take an inhale, drop down towards the right knee. As you inhale, send the hips back and fold Ardha Hanumanasana. Exhale. Rebend into the front knee, take an inhale, and then just slide that left foot back a little bit so you can rise and find that 90-degree shape with the legs again. As you inhale, start to lift the arms up towards the sky, interlace the fingers, and cradle behind the back of the head. Take an inhale, open through the elbows, lift the heart space. And as you exhale, engage the right glute, tuck the tailbone, close the elbows together and think about drawing them down towards the ribs. 3 more, inhale, open, exhale to close. For 2, exhale and close. Finding any niggles along the way. If you want to pause anywhere at all, feel free to do so. Final one. Exhale, elbows close. Beautiful, everyone. Release the arms, take an inhale, and hands towards the top of the mat. Chaturanga or downward facing dog. Exhale. Cobras, up dogs. And downward facing dog. We meet. Exhale. Let's drop down towards the knees. Find a melting heart pose, Anahatasana. Padding the hands forward as wide as feels comfortable in the shoulders. And then lowering the heart all the way down towards the earth. And keep tilting the tailbone up towards the sky. Finding spaciousness into the front body, the chest. So we've worked through some flexion, extension of the spine, opened into pectorals, open through shoulders, released into the neck, the spaces between the shoulders, and a little bit more. Let's hold it here for 2 more. Exhale, connect to your breath for 1 more. And exhale. And from your Anahatasana melting heart pose, starting to pad the hands up through center, sit it back towards the heels, close the thighs, find a child's pose. And we're going to make our way through seated. If you would like to move through a vinyasa or a downward facing dog, or simply swivel your hips round and come to seat, that is where we will meet. And we're going to land onto our sit bones, bring the soles of the feet together, release the arms out ahead on an inhale, and exhale, slowly unravel all the way down towards the floor, keeping the chin tucked towards the chest until the very last moment. And from here, just shuffling the sit bones a little bit closer towards the heels. Start to lift the heels away from the ground, and you can either clasp the feet here just straight out ahead, or you can thread the arms through that space and then find a bind of the feet here. And thinking about rounding the spine into this Baddha Konasana variation, we want to think about drawing the knees down, maybe applying some gentle pressure with the hands, and then rounding the forehead towards the feet. So finding this nice compressed variation here. And from there, starting to lift the knees up and away from the ground. So you're almost finding a little bit of balance onto the back here. Really accentuating that stretch into the back body. Exhale, draw the knees back and down towards the earth. Let's do that 1 more time. Start to float the knees away from the ground. Lift the head. Really tuck the feet up towards the sky to find that stretch through and across the upper back. And exhale, release the knees. I kind of want to do that 1 more time. I know I said 1 more time last time, but let's do 1 more here. Start to inhale to lift the legs. And use the hands to really hold on here to draw the torso up. And release. Exhale. Start to drop your feet down towards the floor. And you can keep your Baddha Konasana legs if that feels good. Otherwise, you can place the soles of the feet down towards the ground. We're going to find our blocks here and just shuffle onto one side. That block is just going to come towards the base of the lower ribs here. So you can just peel yourself up, roll back onto it, and find a nice heart opening, closing pose here. So as I said, the feet can be grounded, the knees can face up or drop in towards each other. And just make sure you find a nice comfy space for that block to be. You can have a little play around with it. Or you can bring the soles of the feet together and now allow the knees to drop out nice and wide, wherever you would like to be. connecting to your breath, allowing all the qualities of your practice to move and travel, pulsate around the body. We built a little bit of heat in there, more than I expected today. So allowing all of those movements, all of the breath to start to settle into the body, integrate into the physical, mental, emotional. And if we spend a lot of time at our computers or desks working, we can often end up being in this hunched, rounded position with our backs and our spines. So really indulging in this final asana, opening through the front body, allowing all the weight to drop into the block or prop beneath us. And just noting how a change in our shape, an opening through the shoulders, a lifting up and out of the chest, can really change our physical, our emotional landscape. Inviting us into a sense of openness, into a sense of expansion, into our practice and our day-to-day. And staying here for as long as you need, otherwise rolling off your block, removing it to one side and dropping the legs, finding your Shavasana. Take a full breath in through the nose and sigh it out the mouth. Unclenching the teeth, relaxing the jaw, letting go of any tension into the cheeks, into the creases of the eyes or the space between the brows, the forehead. And allow the tongue to fall away from the roof of the mouth. And noticing how just that can signal to the rest of our body to release and let go. Taking as long as you need here. There is no hurry, nowhere else to be, nothing else left to do. Indulge in your Shavasana for as long as you can. Otherwise, if you're coming with me to close, start to draw the knees in towards the chest. Reach the arms up and alongside the ears. Stretch the palms away from the crown of the head. And exhale, dropping onto one side, slowly helping yourself all the way back up through seated. Grounding down through the hands on tops of the knees. Lift the shoulders towards the ears. Inhale. Release it down. Exhale. Bringing your hands to prayer at heart center. Thanking your body. Thanking yourselves for showing up for your practice today. Prayer to third eye space. And prayer towards the earth in thanks. Thank you for joining me, everyone. Such a pleasure. Let me know if there's anything else you would like to flow along to in the comments below, or give this video a like if you enjoyed it. And I will see you very soon. Take care.